Good morning. Welcome to the Parenting Versus podcast.
It's
been a little bit, and I think I made a mistake already.
You have a disgruntled look on your face.
Well, I've noticed we've been already recording for 39 seconds.
Oh.
So I think I caught a little bit of me setting things up. So whatever.
Whatever.
And maybe a little bit of the Frozen music that's in the background.
Oh, it's just our life.
Mm-hmm. So I hope that this recording works because I might be running out of storage space on my iPhone.
Oh.
And also the battery's acting up. This is an iPhone 6S, so it's 3 years old.
Well, we are really setting up for success today.
No, it'd be fun. So we haven't recorded in a little bit.
It's been a while.
We've been really busy.
Yeah, busyness, right? Thanksgiving, I think, was the last time. It's been...
Oh, yeah. It was Thanksgiving.
A long time.
Yeah.
I think people get it, though. I think the holiday season is just kind of nuts for everyone.
Being a parent is nuts for everybody.
Yeah, that too. That too.
But our kids they're occupied right now.
Knock on wood.
I mean...
For as much as they can be.
Yeah. It's Sunday morning. And our kids are up.
Our music is still going. You hear it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
We're rusty. I'm like, what's that sound?
It's our music.
It's our music.
I thought you were going to... I don't know. Anyways,
okay.
It's Sunday morning, and our kids, they woke up at 5:30 because that's when they wake up.
Also,
I think it was like 5:15.
Last night we played bedtime bingo. It's this little game where one of us parents ends up in somebody else's bed.
No, it's not one of us parents. It's you.
Well, okay, fine. I was trying to make it. Yeah, it's
not because I'm an asshole or anything. I just.
No, it's just that you don't wake up.
I don't. I am solidly asleep.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It sucks. So I was up. Juliet woke up and she was crying and she's like, Mama, I'm so scared. And so I got her and put her in our bed. And then after that, I snuggled down. I snuggled down on the couch.
By yourself?
Yeah. And then Riley woke up.
You put her in the bed with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then Riley woke up and he's like, I want some milk. I need a sippy cup. And I was like, oh, God, help me.
So if I do wake up in the middle of the night, kind of halfway, and I notice there's a little body next to me, I kind of have a way of figuring out which child it is.
Yeah. We talked about this before.
Have I?
I think so.
So what I'll do is I'll feel their feet. Because Riley and Juliet are about the same age, 2 and 3. But Riley has big feet.
Yeah.
And Juju has these little baby feet.
Yeah. So.
And then if it's Luke, he has these long legs, and he's like, his big feet are like way down. So. Yeah.
So I ended up on the couch, and then later at some point this morning, I migrated myself back to the bed. I don't know.
Yeah, that was about 6.
I never know where I'm going to wake up.
Yeah, because I was up at that time, hanging out with the kids, and Riley is like, it's like morning time Russian roulette with him.
Yeah.
He's either really sweet, he says, good morning, Dad. Like, everything has to be in a routine for him.
Yeah.
If it's not,
he falls apart.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, no, he's been, yesterday was a bad day. He was really cranky yesterday. I don't know what the deal was, but
it kind of was.
Nothing we did made him, pleasant.
Yeah. Yesterday was risk day.
I just want some milk. I want a Pop-Tart. I don't want a Pop-Tart. Ah! And I'm like, well, which is it, dude? You're flipping out on both sides. What do you want?
So there's something about toddler psychology.
What do you need?
If anything is out of place, it totally throws their world apart.
No kidding.
Like, if he asks for a Pop-Tart and there's like a little corner missing off the Pop-Tart, he's like, it's broken. He freaks out. No, but yesterday was risk day at your parents'.
Why don't you explain that? Because people don't know what that means.
So everybody knows the board game Risk.
Yeah. By the way, fun fact, there's 27 versions of it.
Yeah, we found that out.
In case you were wondering.
The version we played was a modern version, I guess, of Risk, where there are 5 players and 6 continents. I guess classic Risk games, there are, I don't know, maybe there's more content. I'm not a Risk person. I like to hang out, but I'm not like a risk person.
You're like, I go for the snacks.
Man. There were some all right snacks. No, but like, yeah, there was, oh, sorry.
You gonna sneeze?
No, I heard something in my ear. It's either my ear's ringing or it's Frozen. I'm not sure.
It's Frozen.
Frozen the movie. My
It's hard to
ear's not
decipher
frozen.
between the two, but
Yeah.
it's probably just Frozen.
So anyways, yeah, we played Risk, and it's a yearly thing at your parents' house when Ryan comes into town.
It's like a tradition. Like my brother...
Even before, like, I married you.
This has been going on, like, my entire life,
And
by
like,
the way.
the neighborhood children would come over and play
Neighborhood
Risk.
kids, like, it's a guy's thing, so all the dudes, like, they come over and play Risk and have snacks and stuff and drinks and, like...
Other dads?
Yeah. Like, it just depends on who's around and who can make it, but, like, every year, at winter break, we have, like, a Risk game. Well, the guys do. It can go for... I think one year it went for, like, 2 days. Like, I'm not kidding.
Really?
It was like the longest game ever. Not my thing, but it happens every year at my house, at my parents'
I
house.
enjoy it. I'm not a super competitive person,
Yeah.
and Risk definitely brings out the competitiveness in some of your family members.
I'm sure. I just went and got a pedicure, so I really don't care about...
So your brother, hi Ryan, I know you're listening. I feel like Ryan is competitive, but he doesn't let his competitiveness show.
That's true.
Your dad, on the other hand, is like he's all out.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And then there was Paul and Tim, who they just like to hang out, but like their competitiveness was showing too. For me,
Well, they're like a father-son thing,
Yeah.
so they're probably a little competitive towards each
but
other.
it's funny how those board games kind of bring out personalities, and like
Yeah.
we were talking about Enneagram, and that's like my personality. Like when there's all this competitiveness around, I'm just gonna, I'll play.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna partake in the competitiveness, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's all in good fun for you
Yeah.
until somebody dies. Just kidding. No,
But, yeah, it's fun. Anyways.
Speaking of like the Enneagram, so we both took our Enneagram tests again recently. And I've been having other people take them, and I'm like super into it. Like, it's pretty interesting to find out, like, and to kind of like learn about people's Enneagram. Like, my parents have taken it now. Some of my friends, which I'm like, I kind of
Yeah.
had a feeling I knew what they were, but now it's like confirmed. So like, I'm a
Yeah.
4. I'm the individualist, and
Right.
you are a 9.
9? Yeah.
The peacemaker. So it's interesting because you can read about like
Yeah.
Enneagram dynamics and how like your number in a relationship functions with your partner's number, and like the pitfalls and the encouragements and stuff.
So we could talk about that a little bit, about how 4s and 9s cohes. I don't know words.
Coexist, cohabitate.
Cohabitate, coexist.
Yeah.
That's it. Or not.
Okay, so apparently you don't want to.
No, it's fine. No, like I'm saying how they coexist or how they don't.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I was like, so
No.
I'm getting shut down.
At first, when I heard about Enneagram, I thought it was kind of Hocus Pocus, kind of like
Turn yourself around. That's what it's all
yeah,
about.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the Hokey Pokey.
Hocus Pocus, Hokey Pokey, whatever.
But I'm thinking about it more, and I feel like it's just people are born with certain types of personalities, whether it be DNA or what's it called, like environment.
Right.
I mean, it's a combination of two. I mean, I don't know. I took Psych 101, so that's about my extent of knowledge, but it's just, you're just being categorized, which is fine. Like, you can be categorized. It's not like a set, like, it's not, your personality is not being determined by, the positions of stars or anything
No,
weird
it's
like that.
Well, there's just like 9. I think it's like 9 core personality types, and you can always have variances of other things too. But it's basically a way to kind of categorize those 9 core types, and it's pretty accurate.
So,
Like
what's
Lorenzo-
a 4?
A 4. So I'm the 4, a 4. The type is called the individualist. A lot of what it said is kind of true. Like, there's certain things that it was talking about, and I was like, I've always felt that way. I've just never really like said that to other people. And like my friend Jen said, it's kind of funny because when you find out your Enneagram type, you sort of feel like you've been found out, and it's true. My type 4, we always feel very different from other people. Like, we feel like there's something that sets us apart, not like in an arrogant way, but like we just feel different from other people. And so we constantly are trying to discern and define what that difference is. and it usually has something to do with like artistic expression or creativity.
Do you always feel, I mean, does that make you feel kind of separated from people
Yes.
and like not included?
To an extent. I think one of the things they were saying on mine was like, 4s tend to have an envy problem, which is true. We tend to envy how people in other positions can be, like, simple things can enjoy. Like, we tend to envy how people can enjoy such simple things in life, and we, like, long for that. But we feel different, so we're never going to have that. So, like, we always, like we long for, like, feeling satisfied in, like, the normal. But at the same time, we don't feel normal, so we envy people that, quote-unquote, feel normal. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we're always looking for that expression. Like, what am I? What is normal? How does this work? I'm going to look up the 4 and I'll read you what it says because it's kind of interesting. And you can look up online too, like the Enneagram Institute. You can look up and take the test and find out like what you are. But here.
There's an institute.
Yes. So,
Interesting.
all right. So I'll give you a brief thing of mine. Okay.
Okay.
So type 4, the individualist.
Their symbol kind of looks like a pentagram a little bit.
Don't let that mislead you. 4s are self-aware, sensitive, and reserved, which I think emotionally we are.
Say that one more time. 4s are
Self-aware.
Okay.
Sensitive, and reserved.
You are sensitive, yes.
Yes, hypersensitive probably.
Hang on. And reserved. I don't know if I see that in you.
No, I don't either.
Reserved. What does that mean, by the way? I'm sorry.
Like, I don't know what they mean in this context. Like,
No, what does it mean to be reserved?
like you hold things back from people. Could be emotions. Could be different things.
Okay.
They're emotionally honest, creative, and personal, but can also be moody and self-conscious. That's so true.
Dang. So, sorry, I had to laugh because emotionally honest, like, a lot of times you are very, very, very blunt with your emotions, and I
Even
think,
if it makes people not comfortable.
yes, and then moody. Those two things I think go hand in hand with you.
Yeah. No, and I think that that's anybody that is like kind of on that creative end of things. I think
Here comes a offspring. What's up, buddy?
Withholding themselves from others due to feeling vulnerable and defective, they can also feel disdainful and exempt from ordinary ways of living. That's true. They typically have problems with melancholy, also true, self-indulgence, and self-pity. At their best, inspired and highly creative, they are able to renew themselves and transform their experiences.
So can you pause one more time? I'm sorry. There's a lot of really... Sorry, you're rolling your eyes, but like, there's some really interesting things there that you just said. Self-indulgence. Coffee.
Yeah.
Relaxing. Beaches. Like all those things. I mean, doesn't everybody like that though?
I think it's the way, though, in which you handle those things. I think when it goes further down in here, I'm not going to get into that today, but it talks about how my personality type, because we don't feel normal, we will justify self-indulgence more. Like, we'll be like, the world owes this to me.
Right.
Because of my troubles and my trials and I don't feel normal, I deserve this.
At their best, renew themselves and transform their experiences. Yeah, I could see that.
So basic fear that they have no identity or personal significance. I think the personal significance part for me is true. I would say I have an identity. I know who I am. But the personal significance, I always worry that whatever I'm doing has no significance or it doesn't matter. Basic desire to find themselves and their significance and to create an identity. That's true. So the key motivations for a 4, we want to express ourselves and our individuality, to create and surround ourselves with beauty. That's true. I'm a very like aesthetically influenced person.
Yeah.
Like if the tone in a place is all wrong, or like let's say we go to a restaurant and the food is good, but the atmosphere sucks, it really bothers me. Like I will probably never go to that restaurant again.
Yeah. I'm wondering too though, like a lot of these things that you're saying apply to a lot of people, I think, not just people in your personality type. So I'm wondering, no, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of, I have to ask questions. That's like who I am. Like,
Yeah.
Are they just saying things that everybody has and they're like, oh, that's me?
I think that they're saying things that everybody probably has a notion towards, but it's just stronger in this type of person.
Okay.
Because, like, there's other traits, like, in yours where I'm like, oh, I can relate to that sometimes. But that's not, like, a driving force in my personality.
So I heard a crash into the room. I'll be right back.
Okay. Luke? Hey, can you stop, please? Thanks. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, anyway, so examples of my personality type are like Jackie Kennedy, Edgar Allan Poe, makes sense, Anna Nin, Tennessee Williams, Frida Kahlo, funny because I love her, Miles Davis, Alanis Morissette, Ingmar Bergman, Angelina Jolie, Winona Ryder, Johnny Depp. Those are the types of people that have the same personality.
So there was a little graphic I think you sent me, or maybe it was even Jen who sent it to me. I don't remember, but I think it was you. You sent me a graphic with like these pictures of like their personality type. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was me.
And it kind of gives you like a snapshot of characteristics of that type of personality.
Right.
I thought that was pretty neat. No, but it's so. I like the personality tests because it's like a tool to allow you to be a bit more empathetic for people who have different personality types
and to understand where they're coming from.
Yeah. So, I mean, going back to the game yesterday, competition is just weird to me. I don't get it. I mean, it just makes no sense to me, like how people can get so competitive for little things like board games, but it also, I think it's a fault in me when it comes to like a career.
But look at your Enneagram type. You're the peacemaker. You're a type 9. Mm-hmm. What does it say? It says you're easygoing, self-effacing, receptive, reassuring, agreeable, and complacent.
Yeah, and competition doesn't fit in there.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're looking at people like, why can't you just be agreeable? Why can't you just have fun?
Right.
Like, this is no big deal.
Yeah.
Like, let's all just have a good time and exist together.
Yeah. Yeah, so like...
Guys, Stumpy's playing this game too. See? Stumpy right
Oh,
there.
okay. Cool. Luke? No, so...
Here, can I read this to you? Because this is kind of funny.
Yeah, sure.
So, type 9 in brief. This is you. 9s are accepting, trusting, and stable. They are usually creative, optimistic, and supportive, but can also be too willing to go along with what others want to keep the peace. They want everything to go smoothly and be without conflict, but they can also tend to be complacent, simplifying problems and minimizing anything upsetting.
Yes, absolutely. I do that all the time. Like, if there's like a big issue, I say, it's no big deal. We'll get through it. I do that all the time. I have two flat tires and one spare. Hey, no big deal. We'll figure it out.
They typically have problems with inertia and stubbornness. Absolutely.
Inertia for sure. Like, I'm well-intentioned and I can do things, but getting started is one of the most difficult things for me to do. So. We
were talking the other day about how you, like, change really kind of irks you. Like, yes. You were telling me that you don't like change. It's just funny because right here.
Yeah, okay, can I tell you something?
Sure.
So we lived in our last house for 5 years. 5 years? And there are some mornings when I wake up and I'm walking around the house that we're in now, and it just totally like irks my soul. Like it's weird. It's weird. Like I'm super weird. I wake up sometimes and I feel like I'm in a dream state. Just like I don't know. It's weird. It's not like I don't like. I love the place that we live. I'm grateful for where we live.
I feel like we talk about this every single time.
do, but that's because it's so like heavy on me.
I feel like you can't get over it, and I'm already like 500 miles past where we were.
Well, you're better than me. So
no, I don't think that at all. I'm just saying like
no,
it just shows that change is really hard for you.
Yes, but I'll like walk down the hall here in our house, and I'm just thinking this is weird. It's weird.
See, and for me, I'm like, whatever, this is cool, I'm down. Like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm content with this.
I'm not used to it, I guess.
Well, can I read what I was going to read?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because it goes along with that.
Sure.
It says, the key motivations are you want to create harmony in your environment, avoid conflicts and tension, preserve things as they are, to resist whatever would upset or disturb them. Mm-hmm. So, change is obviously something that would upset or disturb things as they are.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that apparently is something that is really important to you.
To have something set.
Yeah. People that have your personality. Let's see. Walt Disney, Carl Jung, Abraham Lincoln, Ron Howard, Janet Jackson, hey, Ringo Starr, Woody Harrelson. I like Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Zoe Deschanel, and Mr. Rogers.
I love Rogers.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. Oh wow, very nice. George Lucas, all the fun Star Trek, Star Wars people. Wow.
Are there things to you that make you cry for like just being happy or giving you warm fuzzies? I hear crying. Should I go check?
That's right. Hold on. No, she's playing.
Oh.
Yeah, there are. But it's a moment. It's a passive moment, and usually it's like when I'm not expecting it, it'll creep up on me, and then I'll be like overwhelmed with this crazy emotion because maybe I'm moody.
Yeah.
And then it passes. But it's like when it's there, it's very intense.
Right.
It's like a wave of intensity, and then it passes, and then I'm like, okay.
I've got a lot of iron.
So
I've got a lot of brick.
Like
I had that moment. I've had a couple of those moments, just like reading or watching something or whatever. Can I give you examples?
sure.
So there was a Google ad. There's a Google ad, and it was a Mr. Rogers song.
Yeah.
And
we talked about this last time.
I know I
thought.
did it, but I can talk about it again if I want
Well,
to.
we don't need to change anything. I don't want to upset you.
Um,
We're just going to make the same podcast over and over.
I know we're doing the Enneagram one again, basically.
But we know more now. And I'm all about individuality
that's fine.
and exploring.
We can talk about whatever we want. It's our podcast.
Yeah, it's
what
our
does our
podcast.
producer say? Hey, producer.
Hey, Luke. What do you think?
Luke's our producer.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, so there's that. It's the Wonder song for Mr. Rogers, and it was the ad was talking about the Pixel 2 or Pixel 3. It was the Pixel 3. How you can snap things with Google Lens, and it tells you what it is basically, and who like if you can. I don't know. It's just
Except for every time I've used it, I never get a straight answer.
they're improving it all the time. Like you can take Lens and point it at one of our paintings, and it'll tell you who painted that.
Well, I tried to do that
artist.
because I bought a painting the other day, and I tried to do
Well,
it.
if it's not a well-known painter, then
But I want it to be.
maybe it will be someday. But just listening to the Mr. Rogers song, kind of, I was like, it just brought me back to being a kid and how welcomed I felt. Not even just that,
Secure.
but like it was deeper than that. Like I had fond memories of watching Mr. Rogers as a kid, but just knowing that there is a man who loved kids and children and like.
Are you tearing up right now?
No.
Oh. It looked like you were for a minute. I was like,
No.
oh, this is heavy.
Get a little bit clamped. Just to know that there's like really awesome, wonderful people who are selfless and who think about, like, have a passion for, future and humans and just being a neighbor and being kind to other people and like I don't know. It was just thinking about him. I was like, man, he's such a good man. And had a couple tears. And then there was another one. What? You're not listening to me?
I am listening.
Oh, you're watching Luke play Minecraft?
Yeah. I told him we weren't going to be doing Minecraft, but
Yeah.
apparently everything I say just gets thrown under the rug.
I was reading a book by Peter. Was it Peter Enns? I think it was Peter Enns, called the Sin of Certainty, and he was talking about trust.
Yeah.
And comparing it to faith and all this other stuff is a really good book.
Uh-huh.
But just the idea of trust, it was making me feel cared for and loved and all this other stuff. And it was, I don't know. I just have these moments, and I don't know if that's part of my personality or what.
Well, it's part of being human, I think.
Yeah.
I get those moments too about different things, which with my kids, sometimes watching them, like our daughter especially, there's just things about watching her that make me feel really like overcome with emotion. When I lay down to sleep with my kids and I see them sleeping peacefully, that's something that really gets me because I realize that there's lots of kids that don't get to sleep peacefully every night.
Yeah.
Or they go to sleep not knowing what's going to happen, or they go to sleep in a really unstable environment.
Yeah.
And for me, it's overwhelming to know that my kids can sleep in peace and they're okay and they're safe.
It's hard. It's hard to know exactly what other people are going through, like unless you're going through it with them. Like I have these ideas too about, you never know. Like, you don't know what people are going through. I mean, you have this outside view, and you can kind of make your own image or story of what's happening with other people around the world, but you really don't know. We know our situation,
Right.
but it's hard to know, like, exactly.
Other things lately that have just kind of made me emotional are like, are you having a beer? What time is it? It's 9:00.
6:30.
Oh my God.
6:30.
He's on the upswing of a child-free night. Tonight we are spending the night in Santa Fe.
Spending the night in Santa Fe?
Yeah, without you, sucker. Oh, well, it's good for everybody then, apparently. Yeah, Lorenzo's parents have a timeshare, and
31 years old, I can spend the night in Santa Fe.
you are not 31 years old. What a weirdo. You're 6.
No, I'm not. I'm 31.
Oh my God. But yeah, so we're going to spend the night in Santa Fe. Lorenzo's parents have a timeshare, and
You were
we
getting
are...
sentimental.
I was, and then you got up to get a beer, so I stopped.
I want to know more.
Well, if you really wanted to know more, you could have waited, but you got up to get a beer, so we're moving on now.
I really do want to know. So we're watching the kids.
It's fine. We're good. I just enjoy your beer.
Enjoy, yeah, free time. Enjoy, yeah, free time.
Your son also told me he's 31.
Yeah.
Enjoy, yeah, free time. Enjoy, yeah, free
Our kids do say some crazy things. Like this morning, Riley. That was cracking me up.
Snorted
Yeah.
in his face.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
My brother snorted
It's
in
kind of
his
stuff like this that makes me emotional.
What?
Like, I'm starting to, like, talk about my feelings, and then you're like, hold on, I have to get a beer. It's, like, really insensitive.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because it's hard for me to, like, want to share certain things with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finally feel like I can, and then it's like you get sidetracked with something stupid.
I wasn't sidetracked. I was coming back. And I'm here.
Well, the moment has passed.
Well,
We can talk about it later, maybe not on a podcast.
okay. Maybe in 5 minutes.
What?
Maybe we can talk about something else and then get back to it.
I don't know.
I really want to.
I don't necessarily want to say it around other individuals that are here too. So.
I am glad we're here. I mean, okay, so this is gonna come off as I don't know how it's gonna come off, but I'm glad we're here and not in church.
Thank God for that. Hi, naked lady.
So, should we do a parenting pause real
We
quick?
should.
Hi, Juju. There's nobody on there. You can say hi, though.
What are you
Okay.
watching, Juju?
Oh, she has a penny.
Gross. Was that in your mouth?
Hopefully not. It was a penny. So, we're going to take a quick parenting pause. We'll be right back.
Christmas time is here. Spread winter cheer. Santa Claus and reindeer. We've been good this whole year. Christmas is here.
Okay, we're back. Christmas is here.
By Jeff O'Midveron. That's actually one of my favorite Jeff songs.
Yeah,
it's
it's
really
good.
pretty. It's got a Soof John feeling to it.
Soof John and John Mayer.
Yeah, a little
A
bit.
little bit.
Or maybe it's just Jeff.
Yeah. So, do you have church guilt today?
No, I don't have church guild ever.
Have you ever?
Yeah, probably. I think when I moved to Portland for college, and I just like stopped going.
You felt guilty for not going to church.
Mm-hmm.
So you stopped just like overall, just stopped.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like when you miss a Sunday and you have guilt.
No, I don't have that.
So I've had that before.
What's the point of that? Like, what does that do for you?
I don't know. I think it's just part of
Like God doesn't exist here. He's only at church, and if you don't go, then you're somehow failing God.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's kind of silly.
I don't know. But sometimes I don't know. I think it's just I'm like the culture that I was brought up in the evangelical
That just
church.
tells me that, like, when you have church guilt like that, maybe
Mm-hmm.
your faith is more institutionalized than you think.
No, that's true. That's 100%. But I feel like right now, spending time with you and letting the kids kind of relax this Sunday morning is more beneficial, I would say, than going to a building. Even though I do get something out of church and seeing people
Yeah.
and saying,
Well, it's not
being
like
part
we're
of
not
a
going
community.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's a community sort of thing, and I like that. A couple nights ago, you were working, I think, and I think you were hanging out with Jen. And I played the Christmas Carol. It's the Disney one it's animated, but with Jim Carrey.
yeah.
I liked it, actually.
That one is really good, but it's so scary for
It's
kids.
scary, but the kids actually liked it. I kept asking them, "Is this too scary? Is this too scary?"
Yeah.
But no, they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But one thing I was picking up when watching that movie, so it's Dickens, Charles Dickens, and I was kind of doing a little bit of research about him as the movie was playing, and
Based on a short story.
yeah, and it's set in London, I think in like
Industrial
like
Revolution.
1870s or something like that. But what the movie was showing, and I don't know if London was actually like this back then, but it was like a community thing. Like people were all around, like Scrooge was like the grumpy guy, and they knew about him.
Right.
Today, do we know who the grumpy guy in the neighborhood is? I mean, probably not. Like we're not a community like they were then. And I think somebody calling me. Oh, my mom's
Oh, it's
calling
your
me.
mom.
Should I do a parenting pause?
I guess so. A mom pause?
Okay, parenting
She's
pause.
watching our kids after all.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I forgot what we were talking about.
I
But
do too.
I
I'm
think
excited. I just sold a pair of shoes on Poshmark.
that's
Whoop-de-doo.
awesome.
I'm all about... No, I'm... Can I say something? I'm all about side hustles. Clearly. And
So I'll say that I have been very appreciative of your side hustles.
yeah, my side
Well-
hustles have paid for some of our bills and
Selling
Christmas stuff.
selling your clothes on I mean that
That's
doesn't,
passive. All I have to do
that
is,
doesn't make sense to me because if you sell all your clothes, all that means is you have to buy more clothes.
No, I'm selling clothes on Poshmark that I don't wear that literally
Mm-hmm.
have been sitting in my closet that I was just gonna get rid of, but I was like, well, I might as well try to sell these. So it's
The
something-
jewelry thing is really cool because I mean people are
Can I
yeah.
finish what I
Yes,
was gonna
of course.
say? Thank you. I'm sorry, but I had a thought and I feel like you kind of just took over there.
Go ahead.
I am proud of myself. I am proud of my side hustles. I've sold a lot of jewelry this Christmas season, which is awesome. I've had a lot of custom orders. People asking me like, hey, can you make this if I show you a picture? Yeah, sure, no big deal. It's been like a blessing. I know that sounds tacky and cheesy, but it's true. Like, it's awesome.
Blessings is one of those words that has a lot of meaning but has been cheapened by our culture.
Well, I think I look at it as a blessing, not because I think like God favors our family. That's not what I think. I think it's been a blessing as far as like we have been fortunate enough to be able to pay for some of our stuff through like a side hustle that really isn't a significant like earner.
Paid a couple bills.
Yeah, it's helped. It's good. And then yeah, like so I started on Poshmark, which is like this website. My friend was like, "Hey, just try it. You might like it. I've had some luck on here." And I'm like, "Whatever. I have stuff to get rid of. I'll try it." And literally all I have to do is like take pictures of what I'm selling and post it up. And I haven't done anything. People just are like, I
Yeah.
want that. I'll buy it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like if you want to buy a shirt that I got for free for $20, like be my guest. I'll ship it to you. So
Yeah.
it's like I really haven't done anything, you know?
Yeah.
Just put up some pictures and made some money. So it's kind of nice.
That's good.
It's passive income.
Yeah, it's been a really big help. I mean, I don't know how much we want to go into our personal life, but like you stopped working at a job that was full time.
We had a month lapse in our income on my end.
Yeah, so it was pretty stressful. I was on the verge of a couple of just bad situations mentally. Like seriously, like it caused large amounts of anxiety. Like after I crunched the numbers, I was like, well, we're not dealing with
Well, we're fucked.
half our income. Like,
Let's just call it what it is.
what's going to happen? And,
Okay, life, bend me over.
but at the end of the month, like we got by,
Yeah.
and I've told you multiple times. I don't know if like that matters to you. Like that might be my personality, like not meshing with yours. An example. I think I've told you 3 or 4 times how much I appreciate you, and in passing, you're just like meh.
Well, I think
So,
it's just
or
kind of...
maybe it's like you just don't want to acknowledge it because of your personality. I don't know.
No, I think it's just kind of funny to me. Like, honestly, I think I haven't really done anything. Like, I would be making jewelry regardless of whether or not I was making money because I enjoy doing it. So
Right.
if I can do it and make money, I'm like, oh, cool. Like, it's not... Excuse me. I need to sip of that beer. My throat just got a frog in it. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Enneagram Modelo, for saving my throat and making
And sponsoring our podcast too. I'm just kidding.
But no, like, it's something I would do either way because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the fact that it makes me money on top of it is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I've done anything. It's not like I was like, I'm going to make X
Yeah.
amount of dollars this month to help save us. Like,
It'd be cool if this podcast could be a side hustle one of these days.
Well, I mean, people do monetize their podcasts. I don't know who would pay for it, but like,
I know. Yeah. We don't have any. I mean, we do this 100% for fun, but.
I feel like the guys on True Crime Garage have it right.
Oh, they buy, if you buy them a beer, it's like Patreon or whatever.
People just contribute to their beer fund. So you can
I
send
would-
them like $5.
I would continue to do this for free
Oh,
for
I would
another.
too.
I mean, I journal for fun. Like that's.
Guys, wait.
I like to count blades
No,
of grass
Minecraft
for
Jurassic
fun.
World.
I
So we have to make a portal.
Oh, we have to make a-
Minecraft.
Can you play Minecraft?
Here's the deal. If you play Minecraft, you need to clean your room afterwards. Do you understand?
Okay, take the iPad and turn that off, please.
Oh, Lordy.
So, what were we talking about just now?
Side hustles.
Oh, True Crime Garage and all this other stuff.
Yeah, so they're like, if you want to contribute to our beer fund, like here you can contribute $5. They just do it like as a, hey, like if you want to, awesome. Like,
Yeah.
which I could see that happening.
This is fun for me though. Like
Yeah.
it's like I have volumes of journals. Okay, good lord.
Here, why don't you go fix the TV for
I
this
wa-
crazy man? I'm gonna shout out for a minute, okay? So, since we're getting interrupted, per the parenting versus podcast style that we always maintain, Lorenzo's going to go put Minecraft on for our 6-year-old, which I swore he wasn't going to play today, but it provides us some mental sanity, so I'm kind of like, and it's winter break, whatever. So, shout out. I'd like to give a shout out, actually, a local shout out to Napoli Coffee. My friend Liz is the owner. They are on Manal, and she has let me sell my jewelry there recently. And I have like made more money selling jewelry there than I have anywhere else. And I'm just like super grateful that she like gives me a little spot to put my display up. Like it's awesome. Like she's just been so generous with like allowing me to do that.
Right.
it's
Where
really
they're
helped.
on Manal.
Manal University, almost
Like
university.
between University and Carlisle.
yeah.
On Manal.
Yeah, on Manal. They
Pretty visible
are-
from the street. They have a patronage. I know that like people just show up and hang out, and every time I go there, there's at least one old guy reading a newspaper.
You know what I love though about Napoli that is like for a local coffee shop, she's done a really good job of including people from different age groups. Like there's older people that go there. There's a little corner in the back for kids to play. There's like a play corner. So moms and people with kids can go there and still have a cup of coffee and hang out. There's like single young college people. Like there's just everybody is welcome there.
It's good.
And it's nice because I know for me, like certain coffee shops, like I would never bring my kids there.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't touch that. Don't break that. You have like yuppie hipsters looking at you. Like, why are your kids here?
Like every coffee shop in Portland would never bring my kids.
Oh
there.
my gosh. Do you remember we went to Portland? What was it, last summer? 2 summers ago? 2 summers
I
ago.
don't feel like it was that long ago.
I don't either, but I think it was. We went to Heart Coffee.
Okay, Luke is playing Minecraft super loud.
I know. We went to Heart Coffee in downtown Portland. Met a friend of mine from high school there, and she had just had a baby. So she had her baby. I mean, I think the baby was like 6 months old at the time. But she was so nervous about bringing the baby to Heart. And then when we got there, I was like, oh, I get it. Because it was very like coffee snobbery central.
Heart?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Christina was so nervous about bringing the baby. Remember? She's like, I hope the baby doesn't cry. Do you want to sit outside? And I'm like, it's fine. These people were just like looking at her like, oh, I can't believe you brought a child here. I'm like, guys, this is Portland. Like, there's children here and there's a lot of coffee here. Calm
I've
down.
heard, okay, so I don't know why, but I've heard in different places about Portland changing and how it's not like a desirable place to be.
Like, it's overpopulated.
Yeah, like from older generations, but also like from YouTube videos, like from younger people.
Yeah.
And
Well, everybody
I don't
moving
know.
there is driving the cost of everything way up.
I think a lot of, I mean, I don't know much about Portland at all. I've only been there twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, 3 times.
A lady?
Wait, was it 3 times?
Twice.
Did we stay in a hotel? We know we stayed with Andrew.
The second time we stayed with Andrew and at the hotel. Remember? And then we were like, this hotel creeps us out. Can we stay at your Airbnb another night? Remember? And they were still working on it. He's like, yeah, come on by.
Okay.
Blah, blah. My buddy Andrew has an Airbnb, and it's pretty great. So if you're ever in the Portland area, you should check it out.
Shout out.
Shout out, Andrew. Good job on your Airbnb. It's wonderful.
But no, it's I don't know why I'm talking about Portland.
I don't either. I feel like it comes up a lot.
I don't know. Whatever.
It's just not the Portland that a lot of people from the older generation
Coffee
grew up
shops.
with.
That's what it was,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, coffee shops. Me and Ryan, your brother, were
Yeah.
talking a little bit about.
Hi,
Not
Katie.
okay. Don't draw attention to.
She knows where we are. She can see. Look at that face.
Be really still.
And
Oh,
then
here
there's
comes
that
Riley, bounding in. He's like a kangaroo.
He's huge. Our
It's
3-year-old.
probably a commercial. I bet you that's what's going on.
Our 3-year-old. This morning.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say what Riley said? It was ridiculous.
Not while he's here, because I don't
Okay.
want him to repeat it again.
Okay.
So
You're booping my nose, Juju?
I'm gonna fast forward the commercial. And is it nap time yet?
Nope.
I think I ask myself that a lot. Is it nap time?
Hey, baby duck.
Yeah. Play Baby Shark.
Wait, baby shark?
Yeah.
I don't have.
We
Baby
have
Shark with me.
about 20 minutes left of a podcast, guys. Can we watch a little bit more movie? Me and Mommy are having something called couch time.
She's pushing
Do you know what a
my
couch
lips-
time is?
She's pushing
All
my
right.
lips together.
She does that to me all the time.
She thinks it's really funny.
She does that to my eyes, like she'll pull my eyelids
Hey.
back.
I know you're 2, and this is really funny
That
too.
kills your eyes.
Can you
Okay.
go watch Frozen for a little bit longer?
Okay. So I'm gonna parenting pause and get these kids cozy. I'll come back. Okay, we're back. Kids are watching Frozen. We have YouTube TV, and so you can DVR different stuff. But the bad thing is you DVR the commercials. So
Yeah. Although, you know what's funny is you had downloaded Frozen the other day, and I can't find it on mine at all.
I think it's linked to my profile.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, I couldn't find it, and I was like, I know it's here, but it's not here at the same time.
If you ask Google Home, it'll play it.
I tried.
Really?
Yeah. It's because it's on your phone, not mine.
That's weird. Well, it's stored in the cloud. So,
Anyway.
anyways, yeah. Yeah, so this morning I was watching soccer.
Excuse me.
I'm trying. Okay, so I guess we're going back to my personality. When I was a kid, I was into sports, right? Like I was into Green Bay Packers, baseball. Like it was, I think for me, it was kind of a community thing.
Yeah.
Like my brothers all were Yankees fans. My dad was a Yankees fan. My brothers were all Packers fans, Yankees fans.
Dude.
Yes.
I saw the most amazing
Uh-huh.
Packers Christmas sweater vest at the thrift store, and I was gonna get it for your dad, but it was way overpriced. Anyway,
Yeah, probably.
I was like,
Anything with sports
"Larry!"
stuff is really
I
expensive.
was like, geez, this is highway robbery.
Yeah.
St. Vincent de Paul.
I need to get to a thrift store and buy some Xbox 360 games.
Maybe after we
Anyways.
drop the kids off, we could do some of that stuff.
Possibly. No, but it was like a community thing, and I've lost some interest in sports in my 20s because I had friends who didn't really like sports, and it was, I like right now I kind of keep track a bit of baseball and football and not so much basketball. Like I don't know a lot about sports, like not at all. Like I know the sports really well. I know the rules. I know the teams. I know the stadiums. I know all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But like individual players, like who's good, who's bad, I have a very, very basic idea. And on Sundays, when people are getting all in to football and watching football, I'll throw on a game, but then my mind wanders and I do something else. Like it's just not part of like who I am. But soccer, I've been watching it because I feel, and I'm like realizing it like right now. Soccer has never been really interesting to me because I don't have anybody to talk to soccer about. Like it's not a community action for me. But in Europe, soccer is very much a community. You're looking for a job right now?
For my brother.
Oh.
Not for me.
I like how I start talking about sports and you like get on your phone looking for jobs for your brother.
Well, I'm listening at the same time.
I know. But soccer in Europe is very much a community thing. I would say even more so than football and baseball and basketball here in the United States. Mm-hmm. Like, excuse me. Sorry.
It's okay. Wowzer.
That was gross. Anyways, like you watch on TV, there's people like waving flags the entire time. They have chants. Like it's a big deal. And it's
they
like
beat you in the street if you're losing?
I was actually reading about that this morning. There's two clubs. It's in Bundesliga. I'm learning about the different leagues. There's the Premier League, which I guess is like the top tier Premier Leagues in Europe. And
Manchester United and all that.
Manchester United, Lancaster City.
Real Madrid.
I think Real Madrid. I see I'm still kind of learning a bit. But these are like top tier. These are the best teams in the entire world. Mm-hmm. And then I think it's Bundesliga, which is Germany. But I was watching a match this morning between, I don't even remember their names, but there are these two cities. There's two neighboring cities.
Wolf? No, I can't.
Wolf something.
Yeah, two German cities.
Yeah. It's pronounced with a V sound though. Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg, I think. And then there's another neighboring city, and I was reading on Wikipedia about them, and basically almost every match there's a brawl. From the fans, because they're so close that they travel with each other and they go to the matches, and they are so into their soccer that they fight, they brawl. Like it's a big deal. Like it's a community thing, and I'm interested.
It's a community beating.
I'm interested in soccer because every time it's on, because we have YouTube TV and there's like Saturdays is Premier League, Sundays is Bundesliga, and every time there's a match on, like I'll look up the teams because I have no idea what they are. Mm-hmm. I'm looking up the leagues. I'm learning about the leagues. I'm learning about the cities. So I'm like researching the cities and I'm looking at their population. Like
that's
what
so
are they,
up your alley.
What are they famous for? Like, and it's really interesting. And at the same time, I'm kind of watching the teams play. I'm looking up the stadium. Like, what's the capacity of the stadium? How old is the stadium? How long has this team been around? Like,
oh my gosh, dude, you should get to the lab.
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps my mind. Sorry, I'm yelling because I'm excited. No, like that's what keeps my attention. Like I'm finding that out. Like mechanical stuff, like doing stuff, like keeps my attention.
You might also be ADD.
Maybe.
Just saying.
So a couple of nights, like a week, maybe once a week, like you go out with some friends or whatever, and you hang out. Like you get some you time. Mm-hmm. And when you're gone, I put the kids to bed. I clean the house because it's something to do. I'm moving.
You're so domesticated.
I do the dishes, I do the laundry, and once that's done, I can sit down and I can...
He bakes a pie from scratch.
Yeah. So I'll do all that stuff, and everything's done. I look around. I'm like, well, what do I do now? Well, I can watch a movie, but if I tell myself I'm gonna watch a movie, I get maybe 10 minutes in. I'm like, I feel so tied down. Like I can't do this anymore. I have to do something else. I can't watch a movie through like by myself. I just can't.
Maybe that's an attention span thing with like our generation. Maybe it's not necessarily the content of the movie, but it's just our attention span. Because the other day when you were out with my brother for a little bit,
You watched a movie.
no, I didn't watch a movie. I started to look for movies and I was like, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. I don't know if I can commit to an hour of that. And then I started watching the series Dirty John, which is based on a podcast.
And you
which
liked
is
it.
Super good.
And you kept watching it.
And I kept watching it, but it was like split into hour-long, not even, it was like 35, 40-minute segments. And I would watch one and I'm like, yeah, I guess I could commit to another one.
Is that on Hulu?
No, it is on YouTube TV through
AMC?
something like that. Basically, it's like a mini series. It's a limited mini series based on the podcast Dirty John. I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you haven't listened to the podcast, listen to the podcast Dirty John
Wait a second.
and then watch the
it's
series.
a show based on a podcast?
Yes.
Oh, man.
And
That's-
it's a true story, which makes it even more interesting.
Wow.
So it's interesting because I listened to the entire podcast. I like binge listened to it. And then having it actually played out for you it just adds another element to it. And the fact that this person got away with the things that they did is crazy to me. Like, I don't want to blow it, but it's just like, whoa.
Is it a mystery?
No, it's not so much
Is
a
it
mystery.
a murder
There is a
mystery?
murder, but it's also like, how the hell did this go on for so long? So, I don't know. I'll find it and I'll tell you what it's on, but it's a limited series. I think I got through 2 episodes, but
you were able to sit and watch,
good.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. I can't watch a show like that. Like that.
I
Those
can't
things.
do that.
Those things don't keep my mind. Like I have to do it in a community kind of sense. Like
it's on Bravo.
Bravo. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones parties. Those sound like fun.
'Cause it's a
Super Bowl parties. Those sound like fun.
Because there's food.
There's food and there's people. We're hanging out. We're talking. Like that sounds like fun.
It's a social event.
Yeah.
It's a social event that's based around something else,
Yeah.
but it's more social than.
But just sitting and watching a movie by myself, I get almost no enjoyment out of that.
I do from time to time. Like I'll watch a movie like a girly movie to get it out of my system that I know you wouldn't want to watch with me anyway. If it's like, and I'm just like, nah, I want something kind of mindless, but like, whatever.
Is that what you watch without me?
Yeah, sometimes
So I watch
movies I wouldn't watch with you because you'd have no interest.
Yeah, I watch science documentaries on my own.
Like Mom's Night Out. I think I watched that one and I was like, why the hell am I watching this? And I was like, eh.
What's it? Housewives of Manhattan or whatever it is.
I don't watch those.
Yeah,
I think those are fucking
disgusting.
stupid. Yeah. Those bring out the worst in humanity and I just want to punch every single one of those women in the face.
I'm gonna get them dressed.
Yeah, no, I don't like things like the Kardashians or like Real Housewives. Like that's not my style at all. I like documentaries though. But I feel guilty watching them alone because I know Lorenzo would want to watch them with me. I think the things that I watch alone would be a movie like I don't know like Marie Antoinette with Kirsten Dunst. Okay, Lorenzo probably doesn't want to watch that, but I like it. I'll watch it. What's amazing? She's pretending to be Elsa from Frozen. I don't know. There's a lot of different movies that there's this Netflix series called Follow This, and it's actually about, I think it's like BuzzFeed and Netflix, and it's just like a short mini series. It's a mini doc, and it's all different. They have different episodes about different things. And then I watched this other one called American Meme on Netflix, which is actually kind of good. It's about the rise of reality TV and the rise of internet stardom, and it has Paris Hilton in it and DJ Khaled and a bunch of other people who I don't even know who they are because that's not really my generation necessarily, or maybe I'm just not paying attention. I don't know, but it's an interesting watch for sure. It's about an hour. It's called American Meme. It was pretty interesting, kind of talking about how people get internet famous and YouTube famous and how it rises and falls really quickly, and they were comparing likes to an actual psychological addiction. And you have these people who have become famous on the internet saying yeah, it's every time I get a like or I get 1,000 likes, it's this burst and I need more. And then it's about keep feeding that machine of likes. What do I have to do next to keep those likes going? Or I keep saying now. What do I have to do to continue that or keep the momentum going? And it's interesting because it's kind of sad. Some of the stuff that people are willing to do or put themselves through or like project onto YouTube or onto the internet or whatever is like really kind of terrible. And it's like an addiction. They can't stop. They have to keep feeding this like fame monster because they've already gotten so many likes that they have to keep going. So it's an interesting watch. American Meme. Check it out on Netflix. Shout out.
Yeah, so can I go back to the
Yes.
original topic?
He's back.
I have to watch stuff in a community, and like when I'm by myself, I can't do that. But what does keep my attention, I found this out yesterday when I was going through the garage. I found some old external hard drives of mine, and I was connecting them to the computer, kind of looking through to see what was on there, looking for different cables. There was 3 different cables I was looking for. There was a USB, mini USB, and a micro USB that I was looking for, and kind of searching through our garage, like tracking these things down. And I don't know, that was just like very fascinating to me. And computers in general, like knowing capacities and like pushing computers to their limits, and frame rates and cameras and all this other stuff. Like these things,
I don't even know what some of that means.
just like using technology, like there's like a neat factor to it. Like this morning, I recorded a time-lapse video of the sunrise. Just because I could. Like I thought it was just fun. Like I found a really good app.
Because you could.
And it was interesting to me. And that sort of stuff catches my attention. And the kind of shows that I can watch on my own are tech shows. Like I watch tech people, MKBHD on YouTube. There's a guy called Unbox Therapy. I don't know his name, but he
Were you watching that in bed this morning?
I was.
I was like half awake and I thought I was dreaming, and I was like, why
Yeah.
am I dreaming about this?
And then I watch Eons, which is a PBS digital short thing where they talk about just old life. And then what's the other one? It's Okay to Be Smart, which is a PBS short. This guy, I think he's a scientist. I think he's a scientist. He sorry.
Are you nerding out a little in your brain?
No, just that sentence. I think he's a scientist. I don't know. That's just
He
funny to
might
me.
be a rocket scientist.
Yeah, no, it's just interesting stuff. Just learning the mechanics of our universe is
That
really
reminded
cool.
me of something that happened at Michael's yesterday.
What happened to Michael's yesterday?
There was this girl. She was at the cash register. She was working there. Mm-hmm. And this lady was like going ballistic because they didn't have any more of this certain type of Christmas ornament that she wanted. And the girl, like, I was at her register the next, and the girl's like, dude, it's not rocket science. I mean, it is 3 days until Christmas. And I was like, word.
Wait a second. The cash register lady told that to the customer?
No, she told that to me because I was the one that was there next.
Oh, the cashier told you that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
She's like, God, it's not rocket science.
I
mean,
don't
it's 3 days till
understand
Christmas. And I was
how-
like, word, I feel you. I was like, I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
All right, so I don't
Hot garbage.
understand how how somebody can be so mean.
During the holidays?
Not even during the
especially?
holidays, like anytime. Like how people can be so mean to somebody who is
Because
helping them out.
They're self-important, and they think somehow that poor
All
girl
right.
has control over
If
how
you
many
give me the
ornaments you have.
worst shitty service as a waiter, if you spit on my face as a waiter, like
Or
that,
you-
I mean, maybe that's pushing a little far, but like if you just
The guy just comes up.
it's like, fuck you. I don't know.
You want some enchiladas? Take this.
I don't know. Like worst service ever. Like I can never justify just being mean
Being a total dick.
to anybody.
It's because you're a peacekeeper.
But there are people who are just so damn rude and mean to people who are serving them. Like I don't get it.
It's a
like
self-importance
cashiers or I don't know, like the airplane people, airplane attendants.
yeah. Flight attendants.
Even the people at the ticketing counters. Any service industry, like people can be so mean.
Yeah.
And
Like somehow they think that they're above. Like,
I don't
whatever job
get that.
person's
I
doing.
don't get that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. People.
And
are
I was
strange.
frustrated on Thursday. So Luke went to school with me. He went to my work.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher at a high school, and Luke went. He was excited. We had a really great day. I had a awesome time with I had an awesome time with Luke, but we went to Dion's for lunch. I ordered 2 slices of cheese pizza for Luke, which he actually ate both of them.
I totally believe that.
And they're not small slices.
He's a maniac.
He's a maniac. He's a pizza maniac.
Well, last night he was telling us if the world was made of mac and cheese, he would squish it and eat it right away.
Yeah, I would reach
like,
out and I would eat it.
Okay.
No, so I ordered 2 slices of cheese for Luke, and then I ordered myself a 6-inch pastrami sub with blue cheese, and it was delicious.
Baby.
But when I ordered it, the guy's like, "Oh, it'll be out in 10 minutes." I'm like, "Okay, cool, standard stuff."
Basic run-of-the-mill Dion's.
There were people sitting around us. The people in front of us ordered a large supreme pizza and like a giant chef salad. People walked in behind us. They ordered 3 subs. They got their food. They got their pizza. Everybody was getting food around us, but me and Luke were just sitting there, and our food wasn't coming. And like it takes a lot for me to go up to the counter and say, "Hey, it's okay. They'll work it out.
They'll sort it out." Yeah.
So, but after about, I want to say 15 minutes, I walked up to the counter. I was like, "Hey, we haven't got our food yet. I just want to check on it." And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, they're making it right now." So I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." Sat back down with Luke, waited another 10 minutes. So we're now 25 minutes in. I was like, "Well, I'll go check on it again." I walked up the counter, checked on it. Like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. We'll let me go check on it." Came back a little bit, like 20 seconds later. He's like, "Yeah, we're working on it right now. It'll be out in just a minute." Another 5 minutes passed, and I was like, "Still no food. We are 30 minutes in. Everybody here is done with their food, and they've left, and I'm still here at Dion's without any food."
Yeah.
The third time I went up, I was like, "Hey, where's my food?" It must be a commercial.
Anyway.
I was like, "Where's my food?" He's like, "Oh, it still works. Still." I mean, he was the manager. At this point was very apologetic. He was very, very nice. But I know at this point some people can get really aggravated and really mean. But for me, I was like, "Hey, no big deal."
I get you're busy.
And this took a lot, like for my personality. But I was like, "Hey, I was just wondering if I can get a refund." And he was like, "No problem. I'll get your refund. Here's your like $7 back for your sub, whatever. No big deal." But like some people, like you've seen this happen at department stores or restaurants or whatever, where people are just freaking mean.
Right.
And I don't get it. Yeah. Here, I'll help you, Riley.
Help you.
So let me help them with the commercial.
Ow.
And then I think we're going to wrap it up here just a
Yeah, I
second.
think we should.
But I'll be right back.
You trying to put pants on, friend?
Here, let me show you, Snowman. Do you want to?
So, Dad's gonna help you, buddy. Go with him, please. He's gonna help you. Come here. Come here. We're gonna put pants on. Hold on a second. Enjoy this.
Mommy, there's 2 of them.
2 of them. Oh, you know what? Your waistband is kind of jacked up here, friend. Wowzer, what happened? Okay, you're good to go.
Zip it.
It is zipped. It's all ready. Okay.
Mommy, I'm hungry.
This kid is always hungry. He's always hungry. I don't think we have cookies. This morning, he was running around naked. I'm trying to talk low because I don't know why. This morning, he was running around naked. And he came up and stood right in front of me and was like, "Mom, my penis is so big." And I was like, "What?" Just the joys of having little boys is so weird. It's like he just had to tell me that. And I was like, "Okay then. Good talk. Maybe you don't need to like tell your mom about it, but I'm glad that you're happy with your body, you weirdo." I think with Luke too, I think he like started realizing his body at 3. Like I remember him kind of like realizing that he had body parts at 3 and saying something kind of similar. So I don't know. It was pretty funny though, because I was like, Lorenzo like stopped what he was doing and looked at me like, "Did he just say that?" And I'm like, "Yep." But it's always an adventure with these guys. They always tell us weird things, and sometimes we're like, "I don't really know how to take that, but I'm just gonna smile and nod. Okay, yeah, sounds good."
Talking about Riley this morning.
Yeah.
It was pretty hilarious. And I think his wording was, like, "My penis is gigantic."
Something or so
like
big.
that. Something like that.
Yeah, we're like, "You're such a dude. Oh my gosh." Like, even at 3, you are a guy.
Yep. Yeah, so
So what are you listening to?
I'm glad you asked.
Well, tell me. Tell me all of it.
Let me pull up my YouTube Music app, which I love.
Okay.
All right, so I have been listening to, well, on YouTube Music they use a lot of machine learning. So I just play your mixtape. It's a mix of the music that you listen to, and it plays stuff. But when that doesn't do the trick, I will pick my own album. I've been into the Front Bottoms. It's kind of, I've been into like raw, kind of punk rocky stuff.
Yeah.
So one, I think the term is lo-fi. I have been listening to 2 albums that are kind of new to me. I mean, one album I listened to before, I think like maybe 2-3 years ago, but the other album is new to me. So the first one is from the Thermals, which is the Body, the Blood, the Machine. And they are out of Portland, actually.
Yeah, I
And
know them. Actually.
this is what
I
they-
don't know them, but I know
Oh.
of them. I know who they are.
no, that's Jeff. Let's turn off Jeff.
It's like, well, that's...
Hocus, tornadoes, crosses, and Nazi payloads.
Yeah, it's like lo-fi, kind of punk rock sort of deal. I don't know. It's good stuff. And then the other one is, it's called Titus Andronicus is the guy or the band, and it's called the Monitor. Yeah. It's just reminiscent of, punk rock and skateboarding and all this other stuff, and I kind of like that. So
Yeah.
I've been listening.
getcha.
Yeah, I've been listening to that, and as far as podcasts are concerned, Gio recommended to us a podcast called Good Christian Fun podcast, and I've been listening to that a bit.
Is it good clean?
It's called Good Christian Fun.
Good Christian fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me show you the thing. I think I subscribed. Yeah, there it is. Good Christian Fun, and these guys just they talk about Christian pop culture, and they have a lot of times they have a guest. I think every time they have a guest, yeah. And it's really interesting to me because I grew up in that, and I get it, and I can relate, and it's just awesome. The first time I listened to their episode, they actually have ads, so I guess they have a wide listener base, but their personalities, for whatever reason, like when I was listening to the podcast, I thought that the ads that they were doing were actually fake ads, but they were real ads. Like they were advertising this.
It's like actually real.
I thought it was like a parody ad, which I've actually thought about doing on our podcast, like just doing like a fake ad, because it's funny. I mean, to be ironic or whatever, because we have no listenership, and we have subscribers, which is kind of weird to me, but it's just like doing a fake ad, like a parody ad.
Like a joke.
Yeah, like a joke. But their ads were real, but they sounded like a joke, and I thought that was funny. And so I've been kind of listening to that. And then on YouTube, I've been watching... I watched a really funny YouTube video with Will Ferrell, and who's the guy that does the car? He sings in the car. James something, I think. Corden. Yeah. He did this episode, or it was like a bit on his show, whereas Will Ferrell and James Corden, and they had a table, like a round table that would spin, and with nasty stuff on it. Like there was fish eyes, there was like these big bugs, there was a shot of Vienna sausage juice with some other stuff in it. What else? Oh, and yogurt. And they would spin it around, and like Will Ferrell would ask James Corden a question, like a really hard question, and he had a choice of either answering the question or eating whatever was there. Oh, one was cow tongue.
Actually, I've had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not knowingly.
Lengua?
Not knowingly, but it
I
was,
bought a lengua burrito one time, and it was disgusting. I didn't like it.
Really? I actually liked it. Not knowing what it was actually kind of good.
I had it, and the thing that threw me off was the texture because it was kind of rubbery and tough,
Yeah.
and then also like you can see like the taste buds on there, and they were like, yeah, no, not my thing. No, but like there was that on YouTube, and it was awesome. And then of course I've been watching Eons, the PBS thing that I already mentioned. I've been kind of halfway watching Try, which is Irish people trying different things, mostly alcohol.
Did I tell you to watch that?
No.
'Cause I watch that all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
That's
No,
like one of my
it's
favorite
independent. It's independent.
No,
of,
I love that. That's like one of my favorite things.
My favorite. It's the guy with the black hair with the glasses.
Yeah. He's hilarious.
So, anyways, I've been kind of watching that, and then of course the Action Lab. I watch a bunch of just weird stuff on YouTube, but most of my media consumption lately has been YouTube.
You are like nerding the hell out right now.
Yeah, well, it's the end of the episode. Nobody's listening anymore, so I can say whatever I want. Anyways, that was long for me. What are you listening to?
Well,
You've had your screen ready for like 10 minutes. And
yep. Foster the People has a new single out. It's called Worst Nights. It's actually really good. The album cover is such a commentary on LA. I love it.
Really?
Yeah. So it says "Welcome to the City of," and it says Angels, but they have it crossed out and it says Angles. And then Hollywurst, and then there's all these little people saying different things as they're going into this like fame machine. It's pretty cool. I've been listening to the Generation Y podcast, which is, I guess, has been going on for a long time, but it's pretty interesting. And then the Goth Librarian podcast. Bleh. She has some interesting, well-researched topics. They're usually very obscure. Gosh, I don't even know. I kind of have done some throwback music. Wildcat. I listened to them for a long time, like probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I just restarted
I
listening
want
to
to
them.
listen to them.
Wildcat.
I wish YouTube Music would let us share playlists. That would be really cool.
They're very whimsical and very just, I don't know. It's good. It's good like when I'm making jewelry, like I'm doing stuff with my hands. It's good like creative focus music, I guess. True Crime Garage, always, because I love them. They're my favorite. And then I'm trying to find, I downloaded Rafi's Christmas
Oh, did you?
for the kids, but I forgot I had it.
I love Rafi.
I know. He, I think, is touring again, which is kind of crazy. I've been listening to Criminal. They had a couple, like a two-parter series. One of them, the first one was the guy who invented the witness protection program, talking about it. And then the second one was an ex-mafia boss who entered the witness protection
I remember
program.
you were listening to that as you were getting ready. And it sounded pretty
is
neat.
super interesting. Super interesting stuff. I feel like I've been doing a lot of throwback music lately just because I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm nostalgic. I don't really know what to listen to right now. I've been kind of just trying to like see what's going on. I listened to Nothing Breaks Like a Heart by Mark Ronson.
What do you listen to on your way to work?
On my way to work.
Your little connector to why can't I come up with words right now? Your auxiliary cable for your car isn't working right now.
No.
So.
I've been listening to like podcasts when that happens, just turning them up really loud. I have been listening to a band called Cold Showers, Only Human. It's pretty good. And then a band called Night Drive. What else? I'm trying to go down my list here because it's been a while since I've like actually talked about music. Anderson .Paak also has a new album out, which is pretty good. And then he's hungry again. Surprise! He wants mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
I'm gonna die if I don't have mac and cheese. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been listening to. And then this band, Big Black Delta, which I think I mentioned last time. I really like Big Black Delta. So there's a band I really wanted to talk about, but I can't find them right now. Oh, here it is. Young and Sick. I think I mentioned them before too. Young and Sick. There's a song called OJ or Ojai. It's like California OJAI, which I really like. I'll play it for you real quick. It's pretty good. It's got a throwback sound. Just hold on a second.
With the lights out, hanging on, with the lights out, almost alone if it wasn't for
kind of dancey, but I like it.
I like it. We should share music more often.
I feel like we should too.
Yeah.
So Young and Sick. That's a band I like. Mwah.
Can I end our podcast with some jokes?
Sure.
Hey, Juliet, do you want to hear a joke? Do you want to hear a joke?
I want some mac and cheese.
You do. Can I tell you a joke first?
No.
Want to hear a joke about potassium?
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, a couple more. Hang on.
She's making me kiss this bear. And this
Hey.
bear smells like strawberry.
Okay, here's another one. A photon checks into a hotel, and the desk clerk says, "Can I get a bellhop for your bags?" The photon responds, "No, I'm traveling light."
Ha 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 ha. Wow, nerdy. Is that funny, Juju?
All right. I'll do 2 more. Why can't you trust atoms?
Why?
They make up everything.
Oh, man, they do. They really do.
So this is from a Popular Science little article called "The Best Science Jokes Make You Laugh" grown in Google. Came up on my feed today, and I was laughing to myself. Okay, and Juliet was messing with my Apple Watch just now, which stopped the episode, but that's okay. I was just telling science jokes and Spider-Man, yeah. So we're just gonna wrap up. Play Spider-Man. Okay. But hope you guys have a great Christmas, winter break, all that other stuff. We'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.